So, you're thinking about geography. If you are, what you need to do is make sure that you're well informed, that it's the right subject choice for you. In this short video, I'm going to show you what the main sections of the course are, what skills you'll use while studying it, and some of the employability links that the subject has. The subject's divided up into 3 core sections. Each of these sections has its own employability link. For example, in the physical environments unit, we'd look at weather studies, which has a direct link to weather prediction, which is a major industry in itself. In human environments, we look at rural landscapes and urban landscapes, linking to things like estate agency and town planning. And in global issues, we look at global tourism, which is the 3rd largest industrial sector globally, and also environmental hazards, which looks at government responses to things like hurricanes, volcanoes, and earthquakes. Once you've studied those 3 sections, you'll also get to choose a topic to carry out by field work, which involves going outdoors and working together. We take you to Edinburgh for a field trip, comparing the old town to the new town in a study of urban town planning. That involves getting you on an open-top bus tour around both areas to make those comparisons. What skills would you learn in geography? Well, geography is a subject where you use a little bit of all of your skills. So you'll definitely be doing some field work. There'll be outdoors work where you'd work as a team together. You'd also be using your numerical math skills. You'd be using your English literacy and writing skills. You'd also definitely have an outlet for your digital learning, accessing digital systems. And a big part of geography is in your ability to draw and represent information graphically. So it's a subject that brings together a lot of different skill sets. You don't have to be particularly brilliant at any single one of them because it draws them all together into the subject known as geography. Those skills have links to employment, and each unit of the course has a different area of employability attached to it. A qualification in geography opens doors into many real career sectors. Some of the ones that you can see below I'll highlight. For example, your studies in urban geography, that's city landscapes, have links to things like land valuation and estate agency. Our unit on the international tourism industry, as I've mentioned, that's the 3rd largest industry globally in terms of employment. But also we look at things like energy supply, and that has links to the oil and gas industry, the fracking industry, which is growing, and also the renewables energy industry, which in Scotland is one that we are taking a lead in, and a definite growing employment sector. Also, we look at some specialist skills, for example, meteorology and weather prediction. That has many, many applications in all sorts of industrial sectors where we need to accurately predict what the weather is going to do. Just a couple of examples would be in government policy, where governments need to be able to predict accurately what weather systems are going to do when issuing weather warnings, but also the farming industry, and also the sports and entertainment industry need to know what accurate weather predictions are. And cartography, which is map making. It might surprise you to know that maps are still made predominantly by hand, and everything from computer game design companies to big companies like Google and Microsoft require cartographers to help and assist with their map making and map driven systems, and all of that requires a high degree of digital literacy as well. I don't have time to talk about all of the employability sectors that link to geography, but there are lots, and geography gives you a really practical insight into a variety of real careers that have a huge amount of potential. So to summarize, why geography? Well, you can read what's on the screen for yourself, but for me personally, it's a really, really interesting subject with loads of variety. You're never doing the same thing for a there's you're never repeating yourself too much, and you're using a real variety of skills, and it's never boring. It's a really exciting subject which is up to date. It talks about what life is like in the world around you today, but also what life will be like for you tomorrow and into the future. And that's one of the most important things in geography. We look to understand the world around us today, but also the world around us tomorrow. Okay,